Welcome back to the Purpose Parent Podcast. And today we are wrapping up season 1. So you have joined us on International Podcast Day. We have 4 new episodes for you to listen to, and we hope that you enjoyed them. Comment, like, share, give us some feedback.
My name is Carla Elliott. I am the founder and president of Butterflies in Heels, um, which is a nonprofit organization, and I'll explain a little bit more about that as we proceed. I am a mother. I have an adult daughter who is in her 30s, and then I'm a grandmother. So, yeah, my experience with children, I've worked with children. I have about 15 plus years of experience of working with children and families. So my background is more so in the social services field. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
So yeah, as you can hear, that's probably, why the reason we get along so well. We met each other just in the field of, like she said, service. And so I'm just going to jump right into the first question. And the question that I have is just for you to like know who we're talking to and what we're talking about is what is Butterflies and Heels nonprofit organization and what do you do?
Butterflies and Heels is basically representative of the various stages that a girl goes through before she becomes an adult. So butterflies go through different stages. So we kind of mimic those stages. You know, we go through our infancy stage, we go through a phase of shedding, and we go through a beautiful stage. We go through that. And so that's what the butterfly part represents. And then the heels, well, every female that wears heels, for the most part, it makes us feel like, you know, we look good. Our stature changes, our posture changes. We feel elevated physically and mentally. So that's what the heels represent. So butterflies and heels is everything that a girl is. It is development. It is family. It is friendships, it is everything. It's a lifestyle. I tell people Butterflies and Heels, it's not just a program, it's a lifestyle.
What inspires you to do this work? Like, what's your why? So, over at Parent Promise, we talk about like, what's your parent promise? So, like, what is your inspiration behind Butterflies and Heels?
Okay. So my why is females. I think that we are some of the most interesting and strongest individuals out there. There would be nobody else without us. And so, for that reason, I have to pour back into us. Um, I, I do what I do as a mother, as a grandmother, and working with young girls across the board. I don't like what I'm seeing. So many girls don't know anything about themselves, and nobody is taking the time to really educate them on the things that they need to know more of regarding themselves. I think a lot of parents just think that these are things that are going to naturally just come, and they don't naturally come. I try to tell parents and people that I have conversations with, if these things were going to naturally start to come, you would start to see them. And when you don't start to see them, then that should raise some flags for people. So I do what I do because I don't want any young girl to go through life feeling like she's missed out on something, not knowing who she is and feeling like she's in a body that she just doesn't belong in or needs to know more about. So that's why I do what I do.
Yeah, that's important, and I just want to like add this in that we're not excluding boys, but we're just having a conversation about girls because of what we're talking about today. So, I just wanted to put that on out there. And so the next question, well, not question. So the thing that I was talking about earlier was that Miss Carla had, when I first had met her, she had told me about like just her ideas and her dreams, and that's why I always tell her like I want to be like you when I grow up, cause I'm for real. That's something that like when we would talk, I'd be like, oh, I'd be thinking like that. And so today she is going to be talking a little bit about how she is now an author.
I'm still trying to process it.
I know, and that's where, like, when you made the post on social media, I'm serious. Like, I got chills because I was like, when I say like I really want to be like you when I grow up, I be serious because I like your passion, your work, just the things that you do and what she's gonna talk about, and like the ideas that I have that I be like, okay, I can't wait till I get there. But like to see somebody who's doing it, like me actually get there, and then for it to be you, and I'm like, oh, okay, so it's not that it's in the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? Like it's right, it's connected to me, and so that's why I be like geeking about it, and I be like really like I be in like real like cheers because it's like that's something that's a reality, and that's what this book I feel like she's gonna talk about is a reality for our young lady. So, um, yeah, tell us about the book a little bit. Give us an introduction.
Okay, so the name of the book is The Courage to Love and Embrace Everything You. And it is, okay, so as I was saying, it's called The Courage to Love and Embrace Everything You. I want to make sure that everybody can hear me. And it's a girl's first gem on loving and accepting herself. My inspiration behind this book is definitely my daughter and my granddaughter. So let me go back and piggyback on something that you said. No, we're not excluding males at all, but I'm a mother to girls and a grandmother, so I have to speak to what I know more about. So the book is just really, it's a guide. It's the first book of a little mini series that's going to be for girls, and it's just kind of talking to them about like from their birth to where they are in life now. It congratulates them on being a girl, and you know how the majority of mothers, how the majority of mothers, when we are pregnant and we find out that we are pregnant with girls, our minds just go all over the place. You know, we start to try to figure out what she's going to look like in our minds, or at least for I can say for myself, I had these ideas of what I wanted her to be, you know, what was hoping she would look like. I wanted her to be, I always said I wanted to have the next Oprah Winfrey. I don't have the next Oprah Winfrey yet, but you know, that's what I wanted, you know, so.
You are Oprah Winfrey.
I'll receive it. I will receive it. So, yeah, it just talks to girls about, you know, congratulating them on being a girl. You have a lot of females nowadays that, again, living in a body, don't know much about themselves, trying to figure everything out, but don't know how to celebrate themselves. And so this book is kind of like giving them reasons to celebrate themselves. So, you know, it's, like I said, it's just the first installation of a little mini series. It's going to be about 3 books in total, maybe 5. It just depends. You know, right now my mind says 3. But who knows as I start to, you know, writing and continuously moving through. So that's what that is. It's just to help girls.
Look, we just got excited in here, y'all. We just took off our jackets because it's about to get real. The questions of the hour. And the reason I call them this, Miss Carla, is like I really love listening to hear you talk. And I just like when you was talking, when you said celebrating you, like that hit a little different. And it was like the perspective of celebrating you and what that looks like, even for a little girl, because that's where it starts.
Absolutely.
So, as a mother of girls, I'm very intrigued about this book, and this is the questions that I have. So, when you told me you wrote the book, and I saw the post, and then you told me like a perspective somebody had on it, someone very special to you, and I was like, okay, here are my questions. So the first one I have is like, what are some real life applications of embracing you and embracing yourself that you've wrote inside this book?
Um, well, of course, loving yourself is definitely one. Okay. Am I on task with what you're asking me? Okay. So, absolutely loving yourself. Talked about friendships in the book. In order for you to be a successful friend, you got to be a friend to yourself. You know, you cannot, a lot of people walk around in life looking for certain things from other people. But you have to understand that in order for you to get that from somebody else, you have to give it to yourself first. Anything that you want from this life, you have to give it to yourself first. You know, the man in the mirror is a very true statement. It's a song, but it's a very true statement. I can't be to somebody else what I'm not to myself first. You know, so the book talks about designing yourself like we're designed. Nothing about us is by accident. Everything about us is on purpose. No matter how big our teeth may be, or our eyes, ears, our hands, whatever. Some people might look at somebody and be like, oh, she's the perfect size, or this person is too big. Nothing about us is by accident. And in the book, I try to encourage girls to just embrace everything that's about them, because I believe that our genetic makeup is designed around the success that we're going to be. And if you don't ever find out what that purpose is, then you'll always feel like, that you are in the wrong body. But I feel like everything is there for a reason. So the book talks about, being uniquely designed. And let me open it up because I don't know all of these chapters off the top of my head. I won't. I won't.
Suspense.
Oh, absolutely. But let me say this much. There is a chapter in the book that speaks to it. The title's called Hello World. Okay. And basically that's me talking to the girls to basically tell them, like, I'm so excited about everything that you've come to this world to accomplish, because I feel like, again, we have to celebrate girls. We have to learn how to celebrate ourselves. And as women or females, period, we have to learn how to celebrate and elevate each other. So, yeah, Hello World. I want to make sure that in Hello World, girls understand, like, this is serious. Like, come on, come through. You here for a purpose.
Okay. Look, I want to read the book. Can adults read it?
It's a book for girls. I think I put 9 or 10 to 19 or something like that. However, it is a book anybody can read. My prayer is that everybody will read it and learn something from it, but not just learn something from it, but that they'll go back to it, and each time that they read it, they learn something different from it and be able to apply it to their life, to be able to grow their life.
So I can get the book. Okay, I'm excited about that. But yeah, as y'all just heard her explain, like, this book is very very much about celebrating you, and that's one of the 5 areas of like positive parenting is taking care of you, and this could be a book that could apply to this. So I'm excited that adults can do it too. All right, so my next question, you kind of answered it because it was like, who are you hoping to reach with this book? But I want you to kind of explain that. And so I'll ask the question. It says, who are you hoping to reach this book, and what impact or long-term goal do you have for this book?
Again, the book can be for any female, ages 9 to 19 or 9 to 99. Anybody that's interested in having the courage to love themselves, because that's what it's about. That's really what it is about. What was your other part of your question? Who am I hoping that it reaches? That age group. Girls that I service in my program, I service girls that have multiple issues, some that don't know how to make friends, some that come from families that have issues, some that are struggling academically, personally, socially. I try to offer my program to target every area of a girl's life. I wanted this book to do the same thing. So it very quick read. It's a very quick read. It's like 30-some pages.
That's, you gotta be paying attention.
Yeah, it's like very, very quick read. 30 pages. That's including from the beginning to the end. I'm gonna say less than 35.
Can I touch it?
Absolutely. But yes, it's just. I just want girls to be able to walk around with it, and just like I want to be their best friend. I want it to be their friend. I want it to be like a self-help book. I've been doing a lot of reading and self-help books and things like that. That's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to be an inspiration for girls.
And it's like the start of, like you said, that series. And I'm super excited about, like, you continuing to, like, pour into, like, young females in this way. Because you know how, well, you be on social media a little bit, but you know how the social media presence is for our young ladies. And I'm not going to speak on it because, we talk about speaking things. So I'm just going to, talk about it in a way that, celebrating you can look like whatever you want it to look like in the most respectful, positive way. And it can start with this book because it allows you to understand who you are. By and celebrating you. So, okay.
I also hope the book models what parents don't think about modeling. Parents have to understand that modeling is so important for girls. Well, for kids, period, but I'm going to say girls because that's what I deal with directly. It's just really important that, we have something that is modeled for them. Um, like you say, the social media piece, they're not getting the best experiences or things that they should be looking at that's going to help to elevate them. They're not really getting that, and if they're getting that, then it's coming from a negative place. I want to make sure that this comes from a place of positivity.
I love that. I love that. So today, we'll put those information in the show notes about your social media, your website, and how we can reach you. So if a mom, wanted to get her girls this book or get them in contact with you, that's something that, like, what does that process look like?
Okay, so I do have a website. It is butterfliesandheels.org. And then if they wanted to reach me, they can reach me via email, Carla@butterfliesandheels.org. I'm trying to connect with schools to bring Butterflies and Heels into more schools. Right now, I am partnered with North College Hill Middle School, so I have some girls through that program. North College Hill is the only school that I'm partnered with, though I do take girls from different schools. I work with some from Laughlin. I work with some from Walnut Hills. I work with some from DePaul, Cristo Rey, kind of all over the place. But those girls have gotten access to me because they have known me through my affiliation with other organizations. So that's how they, get in contact with me. And some of the girls, like from North College Hill, those girls came with me when the program got designed. I need to go all the way back real quick, though, because Butterflies and Heels actually got started at North College Hill. And the reason why it got started at North College Hill is because when I was working there in an after-school program, there was something in place for the boys, but there wasn't anything in place for the girls. So the girls came to me and was saying, how come the boys have something and they don't? And I was like, what are you talking about? They say they got some type of group where they can go in and they can talk and they can support each other. We don't have anything like that. We need something like that for ourselves. So Butterflies and Heels became a reality because of these girls asking me for me to put something in place for them. So it's been around since like 2017. I've had on average, about 50 to 60 girls to actually come through the program. And again, I still interact with some of those girls. A lot of those girls I still interact with. I gave away my first scholarship to a girl that went away to college. That's something that Butterflies and Heels offers for girls that actually come into the program. Stick it out, do what they're supposed to do, follow all the rules. You go to school, then we'll help you, give you a little bit of money to help with your books, or if there's something else that you need, we'll help you out with that. We do a lot of things. Everything that I put together for Butterflies and Heels, from the activities to the field trips, it is designed to grow young ladies from the inside out. I put them in positions of challenges. Even if I take them to a haunted house, believe it or not, there's a lesson to be learned from a haunted house.
What's
so
that?
You don't. Okay, so fear is all mental.
Okay.
Fear is all mental. So, you go through this haunted house and you're scared, but then I think a lot of people have convinced themselves that if they go through something, the fear is going to be so bad that they're going to die. But then they go through this haunted house, they get the daylight scared out of them. But then when they come back, it's like, oh, it really wasn't that bad after all. So.
We're going to have a, what's it called? Halloween coming up too.
It is.
We have to talk about that.
It is. And I have taken plenty of children to the Dent Haunted Schoolhouse. I have not gone in per se. I'm not going in, but I will stand out on the outside and hold on to those that feel like they're too afraid to. Yeah, I said it.
How you not going in?
Because I have people that work for me, and you go in, you do as I say, not as I do.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna leave that one because that's gonna take us off topic. So thank you for coming today and like giving me your time. And as always, we do talk, and it's just good to be in this space where we get to talk about your book, and I'm excited to support it. I want all the people that's listening to support it. If you have some young ladies in your life, or if you're just a young lady yourself and you want this book, how much does it cost, Miss Carla?
It's $9.99 And I'm actually getting ready to put the book on the website, so you can order the book through me. It's on Amazon, but it's easier to come through me to place an order and to get it.
So you'll give me those links so I can put them.
Yes, I absolutely will.
Okay.
Absolutely will.
All right, so we're going to close out. Thank you again for listening to the Purpose Parent Podcast. I'm super excited about just all this book is going to do and what's going to come from it. And all the young ladies who are just going to be better for it. Absolutely. And I think that's the mission that's behind both of us, is like, just being better for it as individuals. So as always, we want you to keep it positive parenting only. And we thank you for listening to the Purpose Parent Podcast.